Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a homicide in broad daylight. What police in the capital city of Hartford are saying about the investigation.
And fear about flames. We're talking fire danger.
The woods are very susceptible to fire right now.
How you can stay safe with the red flag warning across the state.
The high fire danger continues, plus you will believe the temperatures we have in store for later this week. Your full forecast coming up.
And brazen break-ins, a community picking up the pieces after a rash of smashed car windows.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here in the news at 6. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Carmen Chow. We are following developing news out of the capital city tonight. A man was shot and killed outside of a bodega.
All of this happening on Capon Street in the capital city. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live from the police department with details. Gabby.
Ben and Carmen, Hartford police have identified the victim as 29-year-old Michael Starks of Hartford. Police say that earlier today, just after noon, they were called to Capon Street after a shot spotter activation went off, letting them know that shots were fired. When they got there, they found the victim unresponsive. He was rushed to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Police say the shooting happened outdoors, and it's not clear if the suspect and the victim knew each other. Investigators say they were canvassing a large crime scene for physical and video evidence, and said they do have good evidence to help them identify a suspect. We did speak to a man in the Capon Street neighborhood who said he knew the victim and was sad to hear about what happened.
I know practically everybody around here, man. All these kids, they're real good. They don't get in. I mean, I never see them fighting. They all get along well. Yeah, but that's real hurting to see that, this had to happen.
This is the city's 5th homicide this year. Now, the scene on Capon Street has since cleared, but police say that the investigation is still in the very early stages, so they are asking anyone who might have information to give them a call. Live in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you. And now to breaking news in Meriden, where police say a girl was hit by a UPS truck. Police say the girl has minor injuries. Her age is unknown at the time. It happened on Prairie Avenue tonight, and we do have a crew headed to the scene, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more.
New tonight, a man in Waterbury is dead after a domestic assault, and police believe the man's son might have been involved here. Police say 67-year-old Wilfredo Martinez was taken to the hospital where he died. Officials determined that he was involved in a physical altercation at a home on Platt Street with his son, Luis Martinez. After the altercation, Luis left the home and was later taken into police custody. We did speak with Wilfredo's granddaughter about what she says happened.
He went down the street, he did a U-turn, he put the car right here in the middle, and then from there, he had a stick, and from the stick, he beat him to death.
Well, right now, Luis is facing assault charges. The medical examiner is still working to determine Wilfredo's official cause of death.
And it's that time of the year. The trees have not yet leafed out, and lots of sunshine is beating on the forest floor, drying out winter brush and starting to heat it up.
You know what that means, but what does that mean for fire conditions here in the state? It means they're extreme. Fox 61's Samaya Hernandez joining us live outside of the state environmental headquarters to explain. Samaya.
Yeah, Ben and Carmen, it is fire danger season, and Smokey the Bear behind me here reporting that conditions are extreme. Still, that message isn't reaching everyone. Just over 20 miles from here, crews in Burlington spent the afternoon working to keep a fire started in someone's backyard from reaching surrounding homes. Spring in like a lamb, carrying end of the week record heat.
It's just this year we started doing it. We bought a little backyard, fire pit.
Maureen Mealy taking in the weather at Hammonasset State Park, but come nighttime, she's going to hold off on firing up her new spring toy.
I've been getting notices on my phone for the past 2 weeks about fire danger. So as much as we'd like to, sit outside and do it again this week, we of course wouldn't do that because it's too dangerous.
Smokey the Bear outside of state environmental headquarters warning of extreme fire danger Tuesday, the same day crews in Burlington scrambled to extinguish a brush fire started by reckless burning.
Even though we put out on social media and pushed the message that no burning today and what the conditions are, we still have these incidents occur.
The biggest factor, wind pushing north, forcing Burlington to call in help from surrounding towns and spend more than an hour working to keep flames from reaching surrounding homes.
Ground's dry, there's low humidity and wind, so all those together is kind of a recipe for what exactly happened here. The cause of this fire was a neighbor burning recklessly under these conditions.
Someone burned brush starting this fire, a scenario that should require a permit. Madison has 7 open burn permits, but residents are supposed to call dispatch and get the green light before lighting fires. State environmental officials say it's best to hold off altogether in times of elevated fire danger.
The type of permits that folks are issued for routine open burning outdoors can be restricted by the municipal or local officials or by the state here during these type of conditions.
And officials say these conditions are only going to continue until we get a significant rain. So whether it's a backyard barbecue or simply tossing a cigarette, you are encouraged to be cautious. I'm live in Hartford, Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good reminders. Thanks, Samaya. The high fire danger warning comes as fire crews saw 2 brush fires yesterday. One in Thompson that destroyed property and one in Norwich that burned 6 acres. Fox 61's Lindsay Kane reports on what happened.
6 acres in the woods of Mohegan Park burned after a brush fire ripped through debris in Norwich.
The woods are very susceptible to fire right now.
The fire on Monday afternoon took hours to put out, along with 10,000 gallons of water. Now, city firefighters are warning residents to help keep the city safe from brush fires.
As far as campfires and cooking stove, we ask people in the city of Norwich right now to not burn at all.
Captain Kyle Seitz of the Norwich Fire Department says the state is under a brush fire warning because of the dry conditions. That's why all types of open burning are prohibited until further notice. That wasn't the only brush fire this week already. Over in Thompson on Monday, a brush fire spread to a storage barn and destroyed it. You can see firefighters battling those flames here with thick smoke coming out of that barn. Now, this is the aftermath now on Fabin Road. Luckily, the flames were put out before it spread to nearby homes. Captain Seitz says the incidents are a reminder that one small flame can spread quickly when conditions are this dry.
And if people leave this stuff unattended and it's not fully out, it's going to cause a problem for us if a wind picks up and a spark, ends up in a dry area.
According to the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, a majority of wildfires in Connecticut are caused by people improperly burning debris or campfires. To be safe, make a fire safe zone around your house. Regularly remove leaves and needles from gutters. Do not store firewood in your fire safe zone, and have an escape plan and make sure to practice it with your family. Some fire departments from across the state are reminding people about just the dangers this week because of the dry conditions. And with that, they're asking nobody to open burn this week or practice any open burning because of those risks that are in place. Now, both of these fires, this one right here in Norwich and the one in Thompson, are still under investigation. In Norwich, Lindsay Kane, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Lindsay, thank you. Another nice day across the state. This was the scene at Elizabeth Park in West Hartford this afternoon, and it's only going to get warmer as the week goes on.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us here. Rachel, summer's here. I had shorts on. It's breaking news.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be even warmer. It will really feel like summer for Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the 80s, and we're going to take a run at the records. And as we've been talking about, we're going to continue to be talking about this high risk for brush fires to spread as well. That'll be a big story in the coming days. Here's a look at current wind gusts and also really low relative humidity. So very little moisture in the air, and we've got that dry brush too. 73 for Meriden and Hartford. We're seeing temperatures that are significantly cooler at the Connecticut shoreline because of the chilly water temperature at this time of year. Taking a look at the satellite, we've seen clouds increase after a sunny start to the day today, and those clouds will be hanging out overnight, which will actually help keep temperatures milder as we sleep. So temperatures will slowly drop back. I think if you're taking the dog out for a walk at 8, 9 o'clock tonight, you're going to be surprised by how mild it still is, and we'll see overnight lows that will only dip back into the 50s as we head towards daybreak. So we start in the 50s tomorrow. Any early clouds break for sunshine, and temperatures are off to the races, climbing into the mid and upper 70s. And those will be the temperatures not only inland, but at the Connecticut shoreline too. So similar temperatures tomorrow inland, but much warmer at the shore. And these temperatures, that's not warm compared to what we have in store for Thursday and Friday. It kind of blows these numbers out of the water. We'll show you that unusual warmth coming up.
Sounds like a plan, Rachel. Thank you. New at 6 tonight, the Attorney General is getting ready to sue 3 vape shops in Stamford that were found to be selling illegal Delta 8 THC products. Those shops include Zaza Smoke Shop 2, Breeze Smoke Shop, and World's Exotic Smoke Shop. During inspections at the shops, the investigators found the illegal products hidden in drawers. And at one store, it was found stashed in ceiling tiles. In a statement, the Attorney General says, quote, "My message to retailers is clear. If you continue to sell unregulated, untested, illegal cannabis, I will hold you accountable."
A pilot and his student are lucky to be alive tonight after crashing their plane in a small Danbury neighborhood. Airport leaders say the pilot and student were practicing touch and goes last night when something went wrong and the plane was forced out of the sky. The plane just barely missing several houses, nearby residents reacting to the chaotic scene.
In my opinion, it looks like the hand of God literally picked them up and just put it down safely. And for them to get out of the plane almost by themselves and have just minor cuts after you see what could have been and what could have hit, and the power lines across the street, and all the obstacles in and of its path, it's incredible.
And there is no word on what caused the crash. That will be investigated by the FAA and released later on.
Construction to reconfigure the Route 17 on-ramp that leads to Route 9 northbound in Middletown officially started today. The project includes removing the existing stop sign on the ramp to allow traffic to merge onto Route 9 without needing to come to a full stop. Officials say the current setup has resulted in more than 300 crashes between 2019 and 2022 and expect the updates to improve safety in the area. The project is expected to be fully completed in 2026.
The names of fallen Bristol officers Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte and Sergeant Alex Hamzy will be added to the National Law Enforcement Memorial in D.C. They are among the 556 fallen officer names that will be added this week. A candlelight vigil will also be held at the memorial next month. DeMonte and Hamzy were killed in the line of duty back in October while responding to a call.
New details tonight about the gunman who opened fire at a Kentucky bank yesterday, killing 5 people. Police saying the gunman legally bought the gun used in the shooting last week. Officials also saying that he bought that gun last week. Officials also saying this afternoon that he targeted certain people in the attack. Officers' body camera video from the shooting just being released here. We're currently reviewing that video. We'll show that to you ahead at 6:30.